Thank you. We've been receiving a lot of questions from our listeners. Today, my wife Ruth and I are going to answer some of them. Ruth, what's the first question today?
Norman, this letter is from Dayton, Ohio. We have 2 sons. The older one eloped before he finished school, and we've had to support him. Now, our younger son, still in college, has become engaged and wishes to marry. What do you think of a boy's marrying while he's still dependent on his parents and still in college?
Well, there are 3 problems here, seems like. One is the responsibility for the support of a wife, which involves maturity, for responsibility is an important aspect of maturity. A second is that of completing an education. And a third problem is the mastery of the sex urge. In dealing with your son, you might be best advised to look favorably upon his marriage, I believe. For frustrating it could lead to wrongdoing on his and his fiancée's part. Nature, you know, brings the sex urge to its peak in the late teens. It would seem that nature meant that men and women should marry at that age in life. It is just possible that our economic system, by causing postponement of marriage until after a young person has gotten a start in business, is frustrating nature's plan. It could therefore actually be greatly responsible for sex trouble among youth today. Of course, your son could be motivated by a romantic whim. But if his motivation is deeper than that, I would think twice before opposing him. He should, however, certainly be made aware of his personal, financial, and family responsibilities.
We'll be back with another letter after this word. A worried wife asks this question. Do you think I'm wrong in insisting that my husband come straight home after work, or, if unavoidably delayed, that he call me? Our marriage will certainly break up unless he shows more regard for me and for our home.
Wrong? I'll say you're wrong. You know, really, you're acting like a policeman, or like a stern mother making her little boy run home to Mama. Your insistence could very well be why your husband doesn't want to come home or call you. There's something in us all that resents domination. Why not relax and trust him? And also, maybe you better get your insecurity complex healed. Well, we have to save the next letter, unfortunately, for next week. Do you have a question you'd like to ask? If so, please write me, Dr. Norman Vincent Peale, care of this station. Mrs. Peale and I will be delighted to answer as many of your questions as we can on the air.